Hello everybody. We really live in on an exciting world. We live in a world that's full of opportunities, in a world that's also full of choices. In the middle of the last century, an average consumer could choose from a handful of fridges, a dozen pair of running shoes, and a quite limited amount of travel destinations. Now, fast forward a bit more than half a century later, you can suddenly choose from 4,000 fridges, from 70,000 pairs of running shoes, and from an almost indefinite amount of travel destinations. And not only the amount of options that we have is really mind-boggling, also due to an increasing product complexity, you almost need to become an expert to be able to choose with confidence. The problem is that our brain simply can't handle all these choices that we are facing every day anymore. So we are really overwhelmed by this huge amount of choices, and we really are overwhelmed with having to become an expert in all those fields. The problem is that significant that 70% of people say that they are struggling to make decisions, 40% feel anxious about purchasing decisions, and to give you an example from practice, Procter & Gamble, for example, once reduced the set of the versions of its favorite shampoo from 26 to 15 Head & Shoulders, just to experience that sales went up by 10%. So this massive amount of choice overload is not only a problem for us as consumers, but it's also a massive problem for businesses. And this is where Smart Assistant comes in. Smart Assistant is a software as a service suite that enables brands to provide consistent advice across all their channels. Here, for example, an example at our customer Canon, where you can see how Smart Assistant helps you to choose the perfect printer by asking questions like, are you looking to use your printer at home or at the office? If I say at the office, how many people are going to use it? If I choose 2 to 3 people, I would get recommendations of products that come with 1,000 pages recommended print volume. At the next question, I don't need to know whether I need HDMI, DVI's card, but I can just indicate that I would like to print from a desktop and from a computer, that I would like to print from a smartphone right away. So with every single click, I get an updated recommendation. Let's say we want to just print. I would like to have Wi-Fi and two-sided printing. And now Smart Assistant recommends the perfect product, explains to me why this is a great fit, and also shows me alternatives. Advisors such as the one that we have just seen from Canon are meanwhile built by business users around the world in a quickly growing amount of industries, and they do not only use those advisors on their own websites, but they also syndicate them into brand websites, into retail websites. They use them in-store on terminals to support salespeople, and they use them for sales, for call center employees, so that they can give you as a consumer better advice. But we do not only rely on our customers to create and optimize these advisors, but we have introduced a freemium model which we use to crowdsource advisors in a quickly growing amount of product, service, and knowledge domains. And we can leverage machine learning to merge these advisors into great templates, which we can then make available to our large and to our small customers. We are growing at 80 to 100% at a quite substantial run rate. We have a negative net churn rate of 5 to 10%. We meanwhile have more than 700 digital advisors live in more than 52 countries. Last year alone, we helped more than 15 million people around the globe to take better decisions, and our advisor starts more than tripled year over year. We raised 9 million in funding up to date, and here you can see a couple of our customers from retail, brands, telcos, and several other industries. I'm very thrilled to share with you today that you as a consumer pretty soon will also be able to get excellent advice through messaging apps like Facebook Messaging. So you can chat with Smart Assistant, and Smart Assistant will help you to choose the perfect stroller. And we are obviously very excited to step by step roll out our technology into more and more industries now, thereby growing Smart Assistant into a multi-100 million ARR B2B software as a service company. And we are even more excited to bring those digital advisors that we are crowdsourcing in thousands of product, service and knowledge domains, introducing them, bringing them onto virtual assistants, thereby enabling billions of consumers around the globe to choose the perfect fridge for their home, to choose the ideal running shoe for their running habits, and to help you to choose your perfect next travel destination. And all that with the most natural and the most native channel for us all, our human voice. Thank you very much.